Ever heard of FAFSA? Ever wondered how it could help finance your education? Well, let's dive right in. FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. It's a form used by students across the United States to apply for federal student aid programs. But it's not just about federal aid. FAFSA serves as a gateway to financial assistance from both the federal government and some states, making it a vital tool for those looking to cover the costs of college or higher education. It evaluates the financial situation of students and their families, helping determine what types of aid they may qualify for. And the best part, it's not a one-and-done deal. You can and should reapply every academic year. So whether you're a freshman or a senior, FAFSA is relevant to you. So you see, FAFSA could be your ticket to a more affordable education. Now you might be wondering, how does this FAFSA process work? Well, it's a journey, but one that's well worth the effort. Imagine it as a step-by-step adventure towards the treasure of financial aid. First things first, before plunging into the application, you'll need to gather all the necessary documents. This includes tax records, W-2 forms, bank statements, and records of any untaxed income. It's like packing your backpack before a hike. You want to make sure you have everything you need. Once you have all your documents in order, it's time to dive into the actual application. This is where you'll provide information about your family's income, your family size, and other financial details. Think of it as drawing a map of your financial landscape. The clearer and more accurate your map, the more accurately FAFSA can guide you to the financial aid you need. Now, timing is crucial in this journey. The FAFSA application period typically opens in early January for the next academic year. It's like the starting gate opening for a race. You want to be ready to go when it does. There's a specific deadline each year, and missing it could mean losing out on potential aid. So mark your calendars, set reminders, do whatever you need to do to remember that date. Once your application is submitted, it's time for the federal government to take a look at your map and determine your eligibility for aid. They use a formula to analyze your financial information and calculate your family's expected family contribution, or EFC. This is the amount they believe your family can contribute towards your education for that year. The difference between your EFC and the cost of attendance at your school determines your financial need. The greater your need, the more aid you may be eligible for. It's like the treasure at the end of the journey. The higher the mountain you had to climb, the bigger the treasure you might find. Remember, the key to a smooth FAFSA process is to be organized and punctual. Like any adventure, preparation and timing are everything. So get your documents ready, fill out that application, and let FAFSA guide you on your journey to financial aid. So how does FAFSA determine who gets financial aid? A great question indeed. FAFSA, or the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, examines the financial profile of students and their families to determine who qualifies for aid and how much they receive. Let's break it down. When you submit a FAFSA application, it asks for a variety of information. This includes details about the students and their parents' income, the size of their family, and other financial particulars. So, if you're planning to apply, make sure you have these details at your fingertips. Now, once you've submitted all the necessary information, the federal government steps in with a special formula. This isn't your average math equation. It's a comprehensive analysis process designed to evaluate the financial needs of each student. To make it simple, imagine you're baking a cake. The ingredients are your income, family size, and other financial details. The recipe is the federal government's formula. When you mix all your ingredients according to the recipe, the result is your expected family contribution, or EFC. This is the amount the government expects your family can contribute towards your education. The EFC is then subtracted from the cost of attendance, COA, at your chosen school. The COA includes tuition, room and board, books, supplies, and other related educational expenses. The result is your financial need. This financial need is what the FAFSA application aims to cover. Depending on your circumstances, you could be eligible for federal student loans, grant programs, or federal work-study programs. It's important to remember that the amount of aid you receive is directly related to your financial need as calculated through this process. In essence, FAFSA is like a financial detective, sleuthing out the facts of your situation to determine the best way to assist you in covering your educational costs. This process is not about judging your financial status, but rather about understanding your circumstances to provide the most effective assistance possible. So while the process may seem daunting, remember, it's all about understanding your financial situation to provide the aid you need. The FAFSA application is a tool designed to help make your higher education dreams a reality. FAFSA isn't just about loans. There are various types of aid you could qualify for. Let's dive into the different types of federal student aid that FAFSA can open up for you. First up, we have the federal student loans. Unlike private loans, these come with lower fixed interest rates and more flexible repayment plans. They are a reliable way to cover your educational costs. But remember, loans need to be repaid with interest, so they should be your last resort after exploring other forms of aid. Next, we have federal grant programs. The beauty of grants is that they're essentially free money for your education. They don't need to be repaid unless, for example, you withdraw from school and owe a refund. The most common type of federal grant is the Pell Grant, which is awarded to undergraduate students who display exceptional financial need. Then there's the Federal Work-Study Program. This program provides part-time jobs for undergraduate and graduate students with financial need, allowing them to earn money to help pay education expenses. The program encourages community service work and work related to the student's course of study. It's a great way to gain work experience while also funding your education. Each of these types of aid has its own benefits. Federal student loans can fill the gap when savings, grants, and scholarships aren't enough. They offer lower interest rates and more beneficial repayment terms than private loans. Grants, being essentially free money, can significantly reduce your out-of-pocket costs. Lastly, work-study programs not only help pay for education, but also provide valuable work experience. So, the takeaway here is that the FAFSA isn't just a loan application. It's a key that can unlock a variety of aid types, all designed to help make higher education more accessible. It's about finding the best mix of aid to meet your needs and circumstances. FAFSA provides a range of options to make higher education accessible and affordable. So don't hesitate. Explore the different types of aid and see how you could benefit from them. So, that's FAFSA in a nutshell. This vital tool serves as a lifeline to many, opening doors to higher education that may otherwise remain closed due to financial constraints. It evaluates the financial situations of students and their families, determining what types of federal student aid they qualify for. This includes federal student loans, grant programs, and federal work-study programs. Each academic year offers a new opportunity to apply, with the application period typically opening in early January. But remember, there are deadlines to heed. The information required spans from income details to family size, all of which is assessed using a formula established by the federal government to discern the student's financial need. The beauty of FAFSA is that it doesn't just provide financial assistance, it allows families to explore various federal and state-level financial aid options. It's a critical tool that empowers students in their quest for knowledge and growth. Remember, FAFSA is more than just a form, it's a gateway to your future.